Welcome back to the Sacramento State Dynasty here on YouTube. I am Vinny from vdubproductions. In this video, we have some Friday Night Lights action where the Sacramento State Hornets play host to the Kent State Golden Flashes. The Hornets are bowl eligible at 6-2. They want to keep winning to try to keep their hopes of playing for a MAC title alive. They're taking on a 1-7 Kent State team that really has nothing to play for but for pride. So we'll see. They still might give us a game. If you do enjoy what you see on this channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and also hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. Sacramento State will get the ball to start the game off first. 2nd and 10 now on their own 19-yard line. We see the snap taken, and that's going to be handed off over to Jamar Curtis. Curtis is going to find a hole to the left. He's going to find another bigger hole. He's going to be tackled around the 40-yard line. First down. 3 plays later, it's 3rd and 9 on the Sacramento State 42-yard line. The snap taken, Conklin. He'll get the pass off. Though he'll get the pass off. That's going to be completed over to Jason Moses, 28 yards. 2 plays later on 2nd and 9. Now inside the Kent State 30-yard line. Conklin will take the snap. Conklin, he'll get the throw off. He'll find Jason Moses again for 17 yards. Very next play, 1st and 10. Now inside the red zone. As we see a little bit of motion here. Snap taken. They're going to hand it off over to Jamar Curtis. Curtis is going to fumble the ball. And it looks like that's still going to be recovered by the Sacramento State offense. And then Landry Burrell will recover in the end zone for a touchdown for the Hornets. So Landry Burrell going to get credit for the touchdown for the rushing play, but it looks like Curtis might be down. And let's see here. There is a review right now. It looks like Jamar Curtis was down before the fumble, so there will be no touchdown, no fumble either way. But the Hornets will still maintain possession either way. In fact, it will be a 1st and goal now on the 1-yard line. And they're going to hand it off over to Brian Collins. Collins is in there for the touchdown. And the Hornets will draw first blood in this game. It is 6-0 pending the extra point. As we look at Bryant Collins. No, we won't see the Collins. But the very next drive for Sacramento State after a 3-and-out, we see the first play. Carson Conklin for 14 yards to Jordan Williams. 3 plays later, though, 3rd and 4 on the 45-yard line inside Kent State territory. They're going to hand it off over to Curtis. Hey, Curtis is going to lose 2 yards, and the Hornets are going to be forced to punt here. First time we'll see Kent State with the ball, and they're going to hand it off over to Mason King for 5 yards. 2 plays later, 3rd and 8. You see Drew DeShields taking this snap. DeShields pass. That's going to be complete over to Derelis Clark for 9 yards. Great name. The very next play, DeShields taking a snap again. That's going to be caught by Mulder for 10 yards. Or for 5 yards, I should say. 3rd and 3 now. We see on the Kent State 30 with DeShields pass once again to Wayne Harris. That's a 1st down. 3 plays later, 3rd and 8. Can the Hornets defense get off the field? You see DeShields taking the snap, and DeShields going to find a hole, and DeShields going to get the 1st down just around the 40-yard line. Very next play, 1st and 10 now. DeShields a little bit under pressure right now, and he is going to eat the turf. It looks like Xavier Williams will get credit with the sack there. 2 plays later on 3rd and 13. DeShields with the snap. That pass is going to be complete. And that's going to be short of the 1st down. However, they're going to go for it on 4th and 2. Can the Hornet defense hold? And they're going to hand it off to Mason King, I should say, and he'll get the 1st down. A little bit of injury timeout here. 1st and 10 now. Inside the Hornets' 30-yard line. They're going to hand it off to King again for 6 yards. 2nd and 4 now. on the Sacramento State 22-yard line. They're going to hand it off once again to Mason King, and King is going to get a first down, and that's where the first quarter is going to come to an end here. It is 7-0 Sacramento State on top. As we look at the running back comparison, 35 yards for Curtis, 30 for Mason King here. If you like what you see, hit the like, subscribe, and don't forget the bell icon to receive notifications as the second quarter is about to start. And we start the second quarter here now. We fast forward to 3rd and 7 now for the Kent State team. As you see a little bit of motion here to Shields. We'll take the pass, and that's going to be complete for 6 yards, but they're going to have to settle for a field goal here. As we see the snap is taken, the kick is up, and the 24-yard field goal by Sean Leonard is good. And Kent State, it's on the board. It's 7-3. Fast forward to 3rd and 5 now for the Hornets on their next drive. As you see, Conklin going to be under pressure. He's going to eat the turf, and they're going to be forced to punt. Very next drive for Kent State here. They get good field position here. As you see, that's a pass over from the Shields to DeRillis Clark for 7 yards. Sets up 3rd and 3 now, 2 plays later, though. As they're going to hand it off over to Donovan Delaney Jr., and Delaney Jr. will get 5 yards for the first down. Let's see here, very next play, 1st and 10. You see the pass, that's going to be complete over to DeRillis Clark once again for 22 yards. And we're going to set it up to 3 plays later now. 3rd and 2 on the Hornet 16-yard line. Handed it off over to Donovan Delaney for 1 yard. Sets up 4th down now, and 4th and inches. They're going to go for it here as you see the pass from to Shields over to J.J. Etheridge for 3 yards for the first down, but the drive will stall. They'll have to settle for another Sean Leonard 21-yard field goal. It's 7-6 now. Hornets still on top here. Very next play, first play on the very next drive for Sacramento State. As we're going to hand it off over to Jamar Curtis, and Curtis is going to find a hole. He's going to get 15 yards there. Very next play, 1st and 10. Conklin, that pass is going to be complete over to Landry Burrell. He's going to be just short. 2 plays later, it's 3rd and inches now, and they're going to try a quarterback sneak, but Carson Conklin, but he is short. They're going to be forced to punt here. Next drive for Kent State on the first play on their own 12-yard line. 1st and 10. It looks like that's going to be a jet sweep. It will be, and I believe that is to DeRillis Clark. Clark's going to cross the 30. He's going to cross the 40. He's crossing midfield. He's got a hole. Forget it. He's gone like a girl in a country song. And just like that, Kent State on a 88-yard jet sweep pass. DeRillis Clark puts the Kent State Golden Flashes on top. The 1-7 Golden Flashes. And you see the crowd in Sacramento not happy right now. A little bit stunned right here as we see now. We're going to fast forward to 2nd and 8 on the next drive for Sacramento State. As you see Jamar Curtis going to find a hole. He's going to get 13 yards on that run. First down. Now we have 2 plays later. 2nd and 2 on the 40. As you see Carson Conklin. That pass is going to be complete to Jamar Curtis for 5 yards. Sets up 3rd and 5 on the next play on the Sacramento State 45. Conklin gonna throw it, but it's going to be incomplete. They'll be forced to punt. However, Kent State goes 3 and out. As we see, fast forward to 2nd and 10 now. And there's a big pass over from Conklin to Jace Wilson for 31 yards. And they'll be able to try to get a field goal attempt for 47 yards out from Stovall. And Stovall will miss that one. And that's how the first half comes to an end here. It is Kent State 13, Sacramento State 7. As we look at games around the country here, Baylor in the Big 12 all over UCF 31-9. As Baylor gets a win there, and they just go into Orlando and embarrass the Golden Knights, or the UCF Knights, I should say. Griffin was the quarterback there. We look at some other scores. We see FAU over North Texas, Jack State over Missouri State, and then we have James Madison over Troy in the rematch of the Sun Belt Championship game from last season here. As we look at the highlights here, or the lowlights in this case, depending on how you look at it, 13-7 Kent State on top. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. And we're going to get ready to start the second half right after this. Getting ready to start the second half here. Kent State with the ball. They're going to immediately hand it off over to Donovan Delaney Jr. And Donovan Delaney Jr. will get 18 yards on that first down run. 2 plays later, 2nd and 7 on the Kent State 40-yard line. Drew DeShields, and he's going to keep it. DeShields is going to run. He'll get the first down there. 3 plays later, though, 3rd and 5. Shotgun formation. DeShields to take the snap. He'll keep it again. He's going to get 8 yards for a first down. Very next play, 1st and 10 now on the 36-yard line of the Hornets. And they're going to hand it off over to Moses King. King looks trying to fight for some yardage. King's going to get some more yardage. He'll get 11 yards. That's going to be a first down. Very next play. There's a little bit of an RPO there, it looks like, and that's going to be fumble. Who's it going to be recovered by? I believe that's going to be recovered by Antonini, and Antonini has it. He's going to cross midfield. He's going to cross the 40 to 30. He's going to finally be tackled, I believe, at the 18-yard line. So the Hornets are going to take over on the red zone. They're going to keep their streak alive for at least – their defense is going to keep the streak alive for at least forcing 1 turnover in every game, as Bugsy Severa will get credit for the forced fumble here. And that is a big break for the Hornets here. They really needed that because it looked like Kent State was going to drive for another score here. First play on the next drive for Sacramento State, and that's going to be tipped, and that's going to be intercepted. Oh, man. Talk about a momentum killer there. You get a force a turnover on defense, and then on the first play on the next offensive series, you turn the ball right back over to Kent State. And I believe that's going to be Bryce Griffin getting credit for the interception there. I'm not sure if he, no, he did not tip it, but it fell right into his hands, though. 2 plays later, we fast forward to 2nd and 10. We see Drew DeShields going to take the snap. He's going to be sacked for a loss of 10. That's Xavier Williams' second sack of the game here. Next play on 3rd and 20 from the 15. We're going to see DeShields. He'll get time to pass it, and that's going to fall incomplete. They'll be forced to punt. We fast forward to 2nd and 7 here. There's going to be a screen pass over to Ontario Smith Jr. His father, Ontario Sr., played in the NFL for a few seasons here. Very next play on 1st and 10, they hand it off over to Jamar Curtis. 2 plays later, though, on 3rd and inches, they want to try to keep the drive going here. They're going to run for it. No, they're going to go for a passing play. Conklin's pass is going to be complete over to Matthew Coleman. That's going to go for 23 yards. 2 plays later, it's 2nd and 9 on the Kent State 18-yard line. They're going to hand it off over to Sincere Ronnie for 6 yards. Sets up 3rd and 4, actually, on the Kent 13-yard line. As you see, Conklin's going to take the snap. He's going to run for it, and he's going to ball just short. See an injury timeout there, 4th and inches. And they're going to hand it off over to Sincere Ronnie. And Ronnie's going to cross into a goal-to-go situation here. That's 8 yards for him. 3 plays later, 3rd and goal on the 8-yard line. Or on the 1-yard line. Line here trying to punch it in. They're going to hand it off over to Jamar Curtis. And Curtis is going to fall short there. Oh, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal here. And they're going to hand it off over to Jamar Curtis. And this time, Curtis is going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown, Hornets. And the game is tied once again. And in the extra point, we are tied at 13. Let's see how it goes. They will get the extra point. It's good. So the Hornets up 14-13. We fast forward to 3rd and 3 now on the next Kent State drive. The Shields in shotgun formation taking the snap. The Shields is going to run for it. And he'll get the first down there on 3rd and 3. Very next play, though, on 1st and 10. There's a flag on the play. And let's see. It might be a false start. Indeed, it is a false start. So now it is 1st and 15 on the Kent State 24-yard line as the Shields will take the snap. The Shields will get time to throw. He'll get it off, and that is intercepted by Malachi Nichols. Malachi Nichols with an interception. He's had a couple of big picks this season so far. As you see, the defense is very pumped up here as we head to the end of the 3rd quarter here. It is 14-13 Sacramento State. Get those 4s up, everybody. We're looking at the top 25 rankings as what they look like coming into this game. And if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. We're going to get ready to start the fourth quarter right after this. Fast forward now, 3rd and 10 to start the fourth quarter, I should say. Here you see Carson Conklin. His pass is going to be incomplete. They're going to be forced to punt here. First play in the ensuing drive for Kent State here. They're going to hand it off over to Mason King, and King is going to get 5 yards there. 2 plays later, 3rd and 3 on the Kent State 24-yard line here. The snap is taken by the Shields. The Shields pass is going to be complete to King, and King is only going to go 1 yard here. First play on the ensuing Sacramento State drive. You see Bryant Collins is going to take the handoff, and Collins will get it. 2 plays later, 3rd and 3 here on the Sacramento State 44-yard line here. You see Conklin taking the snap. He's going to get the pass off, but that will be incomplete as well. First play on the next Kent State drive. They're going to hand it off over to King, and King's going to find a hole. Mason King is going to get 12 yards and a first down here. Very next play, 1st and 10 for the Kent State Golden Flashes. They're going to hand it off once again to Mason King. He's going to get 5 yards here. 2 plays later, 3rd and 6 on the 37-yard line. The snap taken, and that's going to be knocked away by Malachi Nichols. And Sacramento State will get the ball once again as they're going to hand it off over to Jamar Curtis to start the drive here. That's first down. Next play, 2nd and 3 on the 25-yard line here. We can see a pass that's going to be complete to Jordan Williams, and Williams will be tackled after a 20-yard gain. First set of downs for the Hornets here. Very next play, 1st and 6 on the Hornets 46-yard line. They're going to hand it off once again to Jamar Curtis, and Curtis is going to get the first down inside Golden Flashes territory here. The very next play, 2nd and 3, handing it back off to Curtis. Curtis is going to get another 9-yard gain here, and they are threatening here. 1st and 10 now. Conklin, he'll get the pass off. That's going to be complete. And that's going to be to Jordan Williams. That's going to be for 16 yards. Another first down. Very next play, they're going to hand it off over to Jamar Curtis for 3 yards. And an injury timeout here. 2 plays later, 3rd and 7 on the 19-yard line of Kent State. They're inside the red zone. Conklin, his pass is going to be complete over to Jason Moses. And Moses is going to be tackled around the 12. However, it's going to be drive's going to stall here. They're going to have to settle for a Josiah Stovall field goal from 32 yards out. That's good. And it is 17-13 Sacramento State on top here. They would have loved to have had 6, but at some point, any points are good here as Kent State now going to get the ball to start off their next drive here. Ardell Banks will get 7 yards on that catch here. Very next play on 2nd and 3. Drew DeShields, takes a snap. He'll get the pass. That's going to be complete to Hunter Hopperton. Very next play, 1st and 10 on a 31-yard line. Kent State trying to drive for a winning score here. See a little motion in the back. Snap taken. DeShields going to try to run for it. He's going to be tackled, and they say he's going to be sacked. Credit him with a sack, and I believe that is Zay Adams with the sack. So he'll get credit with his first sack of the game. 2 plays later, 3rd and 10. As we see DeShields at pass over to Darius Clark. That's going to be complete for a first down. 15 yards on that one. 2 plays later on 2nd and 10. We see DeShields taking a snap under pressure. He's going to be sacked. 2 plays later now it's 4th and 19 on the 37-yard line. The Shield taking a snap. He's going to throw, and that's going to be intercepted by Malachi Nichols. That is the 2nd time Malachi Nichols with a pick, and this will probably going to seal the game for Sacramento State. We're going to see this again, I think. Look at Malachi Nichols here. And yes, we will see the replay. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And they are going to run the clock down here. The Hornets survive Kent State. 17-13 as Malachi Nichols gets player of the game with 2 interceptions and 1 pass deflection here. Oh, man. It was a your heart was racing the entire time, but the Hornets will get their 7th win of the season. They are now 7-2 in their first season, still alive for a MAC championship. Who would have thought that in their first year in the FBS here? Now, Carson Conklin only went 17 of 27 for 188 yards passing. He had 62% completion, 1 interception, no touchdowns. And then we look at Jamar Curtis, back-to-back 100-yard games. He had a rushing touchdown. Conklin at -8 rushing. Sincere Ronnie, 18 yards, and he had Collins with 13 yards and a touchdown. Williams had 51 yards receiving, Curtis with 10, 52 for Moses, 35 for Wilson, 8 yards for Burrell, 23 for Coleman, 9 for Ontario Smith Jr., and then Mulligan had a drop. And we're looking at the blocking here. So Soifua had 8 pancakes but allowed a sack. Vines with 4 sacks. Then we had Frazier and Sousa with 3 each. Summers and Moore with 2 each. And then you had Wilson, Blank, Moses, and Williams with 1 pancake each. And we look at Malachi Nichols at 9 total tackles, but he had 2 interceptions, including the one that sealed the game. Miles Antonini had 10 tackles with a fumble recovery. Miles Tucker had 9 total tackles. We had Xavier Williams with 2 sacks in the game. Derek Houston had a sack in the game. As we keep looking down here, let me see. Zay Adams with 2 total tackles and 1 sack. That was about notable defensive stats here. As far as kicking goes, Josiah Stovall had 1 of 2 kicking. He missed a field goal for 47 yards out before halftime, and he made a 29-yarder in the second half. Then we have extra points, 2 for 2. He made it. And then we had Wyatt Drag, 7 punts for 343 yards, 285 of them net yards, 4 punts inside the 20, and 2 touchbacks. We have another verbal commit, and it is John Paredes, the 1-star left guard from Seattle, Washington. Another verbal commit in left edge, Santiago Medrano from Reno, Nevada. He's a 1-star. D'Angelo Pitts, a 1-star Mike from Menlo Park, California. He has verbally committed to the Hornets. And then we have our second hard commit, left edge, Eric Lockett from Salt Lake City, Utah. And then we have 1-star Will Raheem Payne, a 1-star from La Puente, California. He is a hard commit as well. And now we look at the MAC Defensive Player of the Week, and that goes to Malachi Nichols. He had 8 tackles, 1 pass deflection, and then 2 interceptions, including the interception that sealed the game for the Hornets. And this comeback from behind victory as they got their 7th win of the season. Quick look at the college football playoff bracket projection right now. We got Oklahoma at number 1, Georgia 2, Miami 3, BYU 4, and then we'll have Nebraska at the 12th seed facing the 5th seed at Ole Miss Rebels. Number 9, Michigan at number 8, Missouri in the first round, and then we have the Group of 5 representative. That would be Memphis at number 11, taking on number 6 Notre Dame, and then number 10 USC at number 7 Ohio State. It is recruiting time. Time to look at the recruit as Marvin Poindexter, as I said, he had a hard commit. He's definitely coming to Sacramento State. Costello, we're still number 1 on this list. Same with Legend Moffitt. Antolo, he has a visit coming up this upcoming game. Tony James didn't commit, but he was definitely at the game. As we got Orlando Lenovoy, we're number 1 on his list. John Paredes is verbally committed. Nathan Melvin, we're number 9 on his list. Nobody else has offered him anything. Keenan Dugans, let me see, we're number 1 on his list. He had a week 7 visit. Then we had Gideon Knight, who will be visiting for senior day. That's this upcoming video. Then we got Santiago Medrano, who is a verbal commit, followed by Demetrius Semple. We're still number 1 on his list. We have a sizable lead right now. Eric Lockett has become the 2nd player to hard commit for the Hornets right now, the 1-star out of Salt Lake City. Eric Bello, we're still leading him. He has a sizable lead. Same with Harlan Bragg, the 3-star right edge, who have a sizable lead. Same with Dom Edmond here, the 1-star Will. Raheem Payne has also a hard commit from La Puente, California. Then we got John Eddy. We're still number 1 on his list to meet. Doug Sneed has verbally committed to is verbally committed to Nevada, but he hasn't officially had a hard commit yet. Jimmy Vizcaino, we're still number 1 on his list. George Ozuma, still number 1 on his list, as we have a sizable lead over NDSU and that's Southern Miss and UNLV. D'Angelo Pitts is verbally committed to Sacramento State. Kent and Southern Miss were on his list, as well as Lester Bartow. We're still number 1 on his list. The 1-star Mike out of San Jose. Carl Mohammed. Looks like we could be getting him a commit anytime soon. We just haven't had any visits yet. James Sledge, who's verbally committed to San Diego State, but he does have a visit coming up this week. So who knows? Who knows how things would go with a 2-star cornerback if we can find a way to win big against this Toledo Rockets team. Femi Oche has a Week 10 visit, the 1-star cornerback. Christian Jowers, we're still leading him, as well as Pierre Shabazz. We actually are able to get him a visit, but it's going to be during the bye week, though, prior to the conference championship game, and UNLV was the only school that has offered besides us. In our next video, the Hornets are back home again, but it is for senior night, a midweek action game, actually, senior night. So a chance for the seniors to leave out on top one more time at Sacramento State Stadium as they continue their pursuit of trying to get a MAC title in season number 1. Toledo looking to play spoiler here. They are 4-4 on the season, 1-3 in the MAC. I don't think it appears that the championship game is in the cards, but they still got something to play for, though. Of course, they want to play spoiler to Sacramento State, as well as get one step closer to bowl eligibility here. So it will be the Toledo Rockets and the Sacramento State Hornets on the Hornets senior night in our next video. If you like what you see, don't forget, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, comment on this video, and don't forget to hit the bell icon when you do subscribe to this channel to receive notifications when these videos do come out. And also in the description down below will be a link to my Cash App, as well as where you can follow me on X and Instagram. And with that, I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and I am signing off.